Hello and welcome. Today we are going to do another session of video lessons. And in today's lesson, I want to show you how you can edit pictures and show them on web page using MS Paint. There are many reasons why we may need to edit pictures. Some of the reasons are like this. Maybe you want to use the pictures in web pages, and of course pictures are used on web pages to show information to people who are browsing the internet. There are other sites like Google Images with lots of pictures. You can just click and you can copy or download and use it somewhere. The other reason why you may need to edit picture is to ensure that all your pictures are of the same size. All your pictures are of the same size, and this is very common, especially if you are designing a brochure or a calendar or a poster. You will want all the pictures to be of the same size, and that one will give a good impression to those people who will be looking at your poster or a brochure or a magazine, whichever project you are doing. So without wasting time, I'm going to show you some of the pictures which I want to edit. Here on the desktop, you can see I have a folder called Savannah. When I open it, you can see I have 4 pictures of wild animals, and these pictures are of different sizes. For example, if I just point here, you can see this picture of cheetah is 768 by 450 pixels. If I also point at this one of giraffe, it is 1920 by 1280 pixels. And the other one of impala is 640 by 427 pixels. And that one of a lion is 512 by 341. Now I want to edit these pictures because I want to display them on a web page. And to do that, I will use MS Paint to do that. Pointing at the cheetah's image, I'm going to right click this picture. Then I will choose Open With and choose MS Paint here. When this picture opens in MS Paint down here, you can see the dimension. It is 768 by 450. I want all my pictures to be 180 pixels by 120 pixels. So the first thing to do is to ensure that you click resize, then choose pixels. Now I said I want all my width to be 120. So by width means this one, horizontal one, that is from left to right, and by height is the vertical one. So I am going ahead and starting with the height by making it 120. So after writing 120 here, I am going ahead and clicking OK, and you can see here, now my picture is 204 by 120 pixels. So I wanted to reduce this width to be 180. So to do that is very simple. I'm going to resize this window. Let me resize this window so that we can have a better view of what I'm doing. Now, what I'm going to do is simply, I'm going to point at the corner of this picture until at this corner it reads 00. And that is pretty simple. So I'm going to point at this corner until I get 00 down there. Now it is 00. I'm pressing down my mouse button. Sorry, let me choose the right tool. I'm going to select here this box, the select tool, and I will go and point at the corner of my image until I get 00 down there. Now it is 00. Press down the mouse button and I'm going to select. Now look at this part. I'm looking for 180. So I will move it until it is 180. Right there, you see it is 180. So this selection is exactly 180 by 120. I will click crop and I will just save the file. That is done. Going back to my folder, I will go for giraffe, open with and choose paint. Now you can see the giraffe picture is huge. And down here you can see it is reading 1920 by 1280 pixels. So I want to make this also as small as 180 by 120. So I will choose here pixels. And the height, I'm going to start with the height. I'll make it 120. I click OK here. And you can see now the dimension is 180 by 120, which is exact. So I don't need to crop any part of this because after making the height to be 120, I am able to get my width as 180. So I'm going to save and just open Impala one. Open with paint. And this one you can see it is 640 by 427 pixels. I will go ahead and click resize pixels under vertical, the height, and I'm going to give it 120. And I'm going to click OK. And you can see this image has a challenge because now my width is less than 180. So I will not go ahead and do any cropping at the moment. I will just undo the changes and instead I'm going to resize now the width to be 180. Then I will crop the height. So I will click resize pixel. This time I will come to the width and type it 180 and click OK. Now you can see exactly I got what I want. And now the width is 180 and the height is 120. Fine, I'm going to save and I'm going to the lion, open with paint. The lion's image is 512 by 341. Let me try the height. Pixels and the height should be 120 and click OK. Now it is exact. I can get my height is 120 and my width is 180. So I will go ahead and save the image. So these four images have the same width, and I can just refresh the folder and point at the cheetah. You can see now it is 180 by 120, giraffe 180 by 120, impala 180 by 120, and lion 180 by 120. So these four images have the same dimension, that is width and height. I'm going to create a web page, and to create a web page you need to write code, what we call HTML code, and I will come down here and switch this. I will point at this button, this other icon for details, and you can see all my images are a JPG file. This file type is very important, especially if you are doing web designing and you want to show the images on web page. You must know the type, because you are going to call the image on the web page by writing the name, then a dot or a full stop, then you put the extension JPG or PNG depending on the type of the image. I will go back and click the other icon so that I see the details of the picture. And I'm going to just write the code, what we call HTML code. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is simply a computer language used to display things on the web page. So I'm going ahead and writing the code here, and I'm going to start with my head section of the page, head section, and I am going to write the title for the page. And by title we mean the information which appears on top of the web page, like this one here. And I will have here Savannah Wild Animals, and close the title with a slash. I will go ahead and start a body part of the page, and very fast like that. Go ahead and have heading H1, that is heading level 1, and write Savannah Wild Animals, and close the H1. Then down here I want a paragraph to introduce the pictures, so the paragraph is enclosed in the paragraph tags. Here we write the following are some of the popular wild animals in Savannah grassland. And okay, so that is one paragraph. Down here I can have another paragraph which says take your time this coming holiday to visit Masai Mara Game in Kenya. Okay, so these are the two this is the heading which will appear in the web page, and this is paragraph which will appear below the heading. Now below these two paragraphs I simply want the 4 images to appear, so I'm going to write img source, and I'm going to have the names of the animals like cheetah, so I will just write here cheetah, but at the end of that name you can see this is the name of the animal. You have to put .jpg, which is the name of the picture or the type of the picture. So I'm going to copy this line by pressing Ctrl and C on the keyboard, and I will press Ctrl and V to paste it, and I'm going to change the name to giraffe because giraffe is also JPG image. So I will have giraffe. Then I can paste it again and change this to impala. Don't make any mistakes in the spelling, and also paste again, and I can have lion here. Lion. Now I am done. I'm going ahead and doing a bit of coloring. I want this heading to be red in color, so I will just open this inside H1 and just write style equal sign and put 2 quotation marks inside. I write color red, and also I want this heading to be of font Chila, so I will just come here and write font family Chila, just like that. So I will just save, and remember you must save this file in the same folder where pictures are. I will go to desktop, open my Savannah folder, and give this file a name. Let me just call it world life. But at the end of that file name, you have to remember to put a dot and the word HTML. If you don't do that, it won't change into a web page. So you write any name you want, then dot, but it must end with HTML. No space should be typed here. So I will go ahead and click save. Now I will minimize this notepad, and you can see immediately it has saved as Chrome file, because it is now a web page and it can be opened by Google Chrome. I will go ahead and double click the page. Wow, you can now see here. I have my web page, and you can see all the pictures are of the same size, and my web page has the information about Savannah wild animals, and the following are some of the popular wild animals in Savannah grassland. There is a problem here. You can see grammar, so I will maximize my notepad and correct this. Take your time. I forgot the word time here. Just edit here to time. Take your time. This coming only to visit Masai Mara Game Park in Kenya. So I will go ahead and save the changes which I have done to this notepad file, and I can now just close it. I don't need it anymore. Then in order to reflect the changes, you have to refresh here, and now you can see my web page is well done. That is how simply you can edit pictures to be of the same size using MS Paint and display them on a web page by writing HTML code. Thank you for participating in this lesson. See you next time. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time. Bye bye.